Okay, this is one of my first videos about gardening stuff I'm trying this year. I did some container gardening with a lot of these are 14-inch pots from the nursery, about a foot tall, and got some different plants going in, which I'll go over. And I'm looking to build some raised beds here pretty soon so they get some lumber. Well, first here, this started from a little transplant from another pot. It's an Everbearing Strawberry. Started in this pot, which used to be way smaller, and it's really taken off, as you can see. We got some runners here and there. Got somebody chowing on a strawberry I see there, and somewhere down here I got some. Yeah, there's some strawberries starting there, and some white ones in red. I want to build a raised bed to contain these, strawberries, maybe 4x8, and then make another 4x8 for some garden stuff. Right here we have some blueberries. Got 4 blueberry plants. They're growing pretty well. They started a lot smaller in April-ish. I got a couple Bluecrop, North crop, and one Elliot right here in the front. And I've had some blueberries already, and they're pretty good. They need a special low pH soil. So I followed the recipe on Dave Wilson Nursery's site. I used 1/3 potting soil, 1/3 pine bark mulch, 1/3 peat moss, and I added a handful of soil sulfur to lower the pH to between like 5 and 6. And then for fertilizer I got something called Hollytone. It's an organic fertilizer that's acid loving. Like you could use mirror acid, things that rhododendrons and azaleas like. That's what the blueberries like. And I'd like to put those in the ground eventually too, and I can figure out like where I want to do it, because they're kind of close together if you can't tell. Here in front, this is an experiment. There's a site called Global Buckets. Take 2 5-gallon buckets, but make sure you have enough. You can kind of see the reservoir space there. See the darker color of the water? Make sure if you find a couple buckets like that, that there's enough bottom space for reservoir, because I went to one store and there was only like 1 inch. This is probably about 2.5 inches. But anyways, it's a self-watering container. It has potting mix in it. This supply water tube here I put a cap on, and some cocoa shell mulch on top of the mix. And this cucumber is a bush cucumber. I planted it about 2 weeks and a couple days ago. And look at it, it's already like 10 inches tall or so. So I hope that lives and get some nice cucumbers off there. This is I bought one of these grow box things to test out. Right now there's romaine lettuce in it. I only started that a couple weeks ago too. Maybe I can get a late crop or cover it if it gets too hot. Maybe on the left here I can put some spinach as well, because that, I like romaine lettuce and spinach. It's pretty good. This is also a self-watering container, so I put some potting mix, not potting soil, and pack it down, water it, and fill it, etc. Okay, here's a couple tomatoes. They're doing pretty well. Have had a couple that had holes in it, so I don't know if something was eating it, but like the others, these are in the 14-inch pots. These are Beefsteak tomatoes. We got a number of growths here, as you can see. Here's a couple I pulled off this morning, and they're about, well, here's my hand, so, decent sized. Not quite a softball, but close. Or I guess big beef, that says. Okay, well, alright, so I got 2 of those. Moving over here, we've got, this is a Latham Raspberry plant. As you can see, it's growing kind of crazy. But I tried to just hold on to it to get it to fit. It's about 6 feet tall. And there's a few chow marks by Japanese beetles on it, which isn't making me happy. But I put a trap out there, and we'll see what we can do. It's got primocanes, first year growth on here. And yeah, it's growing well, and there's an offshoot. Looks like a little offshoot here. So I'm gonna hope to build a raised bed raspberry patch here coming up after I work on the 2 other raised beds. I don't want to do too much at once, or it might make me freak out or burn out. But that's what I'd like to do, because I like raspberries. They usually cost a bit at the store. I also learned, incidentally, that daylilies here attract Japanese beetles, so I don't know if I like that. Alright, so here's a couple of zucchini plants. Looks like we got a pretty good one going here, weird shaped. Here's another one here. I got 2 zucchini plants. These are kind of hard to keep well watered because it's so hot lately. It dries out. And I started with 2 of them in one pot. I think I overcrowded it, so I had to pull it out and try to mix them together. But they're growing pretty decent now. I think there's a couple on this one too. Here's a pretty big one. I probably should cut that off pretty soon. So I had to cross-pollinate a little bit. You can find instructions about that, when there's no bees at first. But that's kind of the long and short of it. So here's the gallery of stuff on the side of the house, and yeah, once I can get these put in a raised bed, I think that'll be pretty good. Alright, well, thanks for watching, and hope to put another one posted up about raised beds.